There's a reason people say that truth is stranger than fiction. Between impressive inventions and natural oddities, the world can be a pretty incredible place. This video is all about some weird facts that are truth. So let's not delay anything. Welcome everyone to the Knowledge Buzz channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe our channel for further interesting video. Don't forget the bell icon for further notification. 14 weird facts that you won't believe the true. So starting on number 14. Umbrellas were once only used by women. While umbrellas are used and appreciated by pretty much everyone living in rainy places, for centuries they were seen as something only to be used by women, associated with the fashionable parasols women would carry during nicer days to keep the sun from the skin. But in the mid-18th century, the barriers started to fall, with public figures like philanthropist Jonas Hanway carrying umbrellas during public events. Soon others took notice of the accessories' practicality, and it wasn't long before men were using them as often as women. Number 13. Spider webs were used as bandages in ancient time. In ancient Greece and Rome, doctors used spider webs to make bandages for the patients. Spider webs supposedly have natural antiseptic and antifungal properties, which can help keep wounds clean and prevent infection. It's also said that spider webs are rich in vitamin K, which helps promote clotting. So, next time you're out of band-aids, just head to your attic and grab some Webicillin. Number 12. Blood donors in Sweden receive a text when the blood is used. To encourage more young people to donate blood, Sahlgrenska University Hospital in Gothenburg, Sweden, sends a text to donors when the blood has been dispensed to someone in need. A common issue with blood donation, along with other types of charitable donations, is that if a donor doesn't know the recipient, it's harder to convince them that donating is worth it. But with this system, which started in 2012, potential donors in Sweden have proof that the contribution is going to good use. Let's move ahead on. Number 11. The inventor of the Pringles can is now buried in one. In 1966, Frederick Bauer developed the ingenious idea for Procter & Gamble to uniformly stack chips inside a can instead of tossing them in a bag. Bauer was so proud of his invention that he wanted to take it to the grave, literally. He communicated his burial wishes to his family, and when he died at age 89, his children stopped at Walgreens on the way to the funeral home to buy his burial Pringles can. They did have one decision to make though. My siblings and I briefly debated what flavor to use. Bauer's eldest son, Larry, told Time. But I said, look, we need to use the original. Frederick Bauer, an American classic. Number 10. Cotton candy was invented by a dentist. Dentist William Morrison and confectioner John C. Wharton invented machine-spun cotton candy in 1897. It was first introduced at the 1904 World's Fair as fairy floss. Then, another dentist, Joseph Lasso, reinvented the machine in 1921. He came up with the name, cotton candy, which replaced fairy floss. Number 9. A New Orleans hotel offered a $15,000 stay to whoever stole the most outrageous item from them. In March 2019, the Roosevelt Hotel in New Orleans decided to celebrate its 125th anniversary by offering a free 7-night stay in its presidential suite, along with complimentary private dinners and spa treatments worth a whopping $15,000. But this wasn't a standard giveaway. The prize was only available to the person who returned the most outrageous item ever stolen from the hotel. Number 8. A giant tortoise thought to be extinct for 100 years was recently discovered in the Galapagos. Because there hadn't been a sighting of a Fernandina giant tortoise in more than 100 years, scientists believed that we had lost the last of the creatures ages ago. However, in February 2019, an adult female was spotted around Fernandina Island in the Galapagos. Scientists also found bite marks on nearby cacti that led them to suspect there may be other tortoises in the area, too. Number 7. A cloud can weigh more than 1 million pounds. Clouds are not as light and fluffy as they appear. In fact, researchers have found that a single cloud weighs about 1.1 million pounds. How do they know? Well, that number is calculated by taking the water density of a cloud and multiplying it by its volume. Fortunately, the cloud can still float at that weight because the air below it is even heavier. Number 6. The Queen owns all the swans in England. According to British law, any unclaimed swan swimming in the open waters of England and Wales belongs to the Queen. The law originated in medieval times when swans were a delicacy for the wealthy, but it still stands today. Queen Elizabeth II also upholds a centuries-old tradition with the swans. Every year during the third week of July, all the swans in the River Thames are counted for the Queen in the practice called swan-upping. Number 5. Bumblebees can fly higher than Mount Everest. If you thought it was impressive that humans can make it to the top of Mount Everest, you'll be stunned to find out that bumblebees can make it to the summit, too. Researchers who tracked two bees that were able to fly at more than 29,525 feet, or 9,000 meters, which is higher than Everest, admitted that they were shocked at how high they could fly. Number 4 is one of the weirdest on the list. Someone tried to sell New Zealand on eBay. Some odd things have been sold on eBay, from a grilled cheese sandwich with the face of the Virgin Mary to Justin Timberlake's half-eaten French toast. But one of the strangest listings ever had to be for the country of New Zealand. That's right, a man from Brisbane, Australia tried to sell New Zealand on eBay in 2006. Number 3. A human could swim through a blue whale's veins. The blue whale is the largest living creature, it's even larger than most dinosaurs. The biggest blue whales can be over 100 feet in length and weigh more than 100 tons. Their hearts alone can weigh 1,300 pounds, and are the size of a small car. Unsurprisingly, blue whales have enormous arteries, which pump blood through their massive hearts and into their vital organs. These arteries are so big that a fully grown human could swim through them, not that you should try it. Number 2. Crying makes you feel happier. They don't call it a good cry for nothing. Studies suggest that crying stimulates the production of endorphins, our body's natural painkiller, and feel-good hormones, like oxytocin. In short, crying more will ultimately lead to smiling. Before getting into number 1, comment down your favorite fact. Also like, share and subscribe. So here are number 1. At least one of the colors of the Olympic flag appears on all the national flags. French aristocrat Baron de Coubertin designed the Olympic flag in the early 1900s, and he was very intentional with his creation. At least one of the colors on the Olympic flag appears on the flags of every nation that competed in the games at the time, but only if you count the white background of the flag itself. A white background, with 5 interlaced rings in the center, blue, yellow, black, green, and red, is symbolic, Coubertin said in 1931. It represents the 5 inhabited continents of the world, united by Olympism, while the 6 colors 8 those that appear on all national flag of the world at present time.